Hey, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be talking to you guys about the Nosfet Xeno that you can see on your screen. This is more of a hot take rather than a review. The review is going to be spread across what I'm going to be calling Nosfet Xeno Ride series, where I'll be just riding around and kind of documenting how I feel about the Xeno rather than just do one big review. But I want you guys to come with me on this journey of living with the Nosfet Xeno. But today I just want to do an official introduction of the Xeno to the channel. I want to talk about what Nosfet is trying to achieve with this release, break down this very interesting form factor and size that you see, and ultimately discuss who this wheel is actually built for. Because let's be honest, the EUC market is changing rapidly, and the Xeno represents a very specific and deliberate philosophy. So let's just talk about the physical footprint first, right? The way it looks. So because this is where the Xeno really shines, and I guess pretty interesting, it sits in that crucial 20-inch tire class, which historically has been a sweet spot for all the do-it-all wheels. That's what, like, if you want a wheel that's not too big or too wobbly at high speeds, you want to go for 20-inch, and they've managed to get that. Now, historically, especially more now, 20-inch wheels used to be quite heavy, even based on previous standards. But look at how tightly packaged it is. Nosfet has they've managed to engineer a 20-inch platform that scales in the right about 33 kilograms, and this has about 2,200 watt-hour battery, which is not bad for the weight. Especially when you have all that suspension, and in today's market, the 3-kilogram wheel with this kind of presence is a massive achievement. They've stripped away the unnecessary bulk and excessive overhangs that plagued and still continue to plague a lot of modern suspension wheels nowadays. So instead, you've got a remarkably slim, consolidated profile. The battery packs itself are intelligently integrated, which I really like. How Sen has designed this, and the entire Nosfet team, to keep the center of gravity where it needs to be. The structural framework is incredibly robust. I've tried this wheel a few weeks ago, even before it was fully released, and the way it looks, structurally, the way it feels, I was impressed. There was some feedback, of course, which that I gave, which I'll be checking out to make sure that has been improved. But for now, as I said, this is more of like a hot take. So it is a 20-inch wheel that occupies that physical, that space. It feels smaller. You don't feel it's a 20-inch wheel. But for someone who has been put off by that big heavy mass from 20-inch wheels that you're getting nowadays, this form factor is going to immediately impress you. Just to let you know, if you're a viewer out there and you're kind of on the fence, it looks like a 20-inch wheel when you look at the tire size, but when you're riding it, it feels much lighter. So, who is this machine really for? Who is the ideal Xeno rider? Well, first, it's for the enthusiast who values premium engineering over raw, chaotic power. If you appreciate clean automotive kind of grade aesthetic, and I've seen Sen do his thing, before. He's very particular and very focused on thoughtful design. Like their small two-piece mud guard, which he was very passionate about that, showing me about the mud guard, or the completely toolless adjustable suspension knobs, which I'll be talking about in other videos. I'll be trying out different settings and see which one I like. Because I ride mostly in urban areas, I like my suspension a bit soft, actually a little bit more soft than the average, just to help absorb some of those bumps. So this wheel speaks my language really. But it's for person who wants luxury, durability, while they're commuting from A to B. So for me, I'll like it. Where I am, I don't need to do high speed. I just need a wheel that's comfortable, looks good, light enough so I don't have to be breaking my back to pick it up. So it's more like an all-rounder wheel. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to aim for. I know the wheel does about 45 miles an hour, like comfortable high speed, maybe even 48 if you push it. You're not going to be doing that sort of speed in cities. I mean, you can see the kind of ride that we do over here. It's there's no space for you to be going 45 miles an hour. So yeah, this wheel is, as I said earlier, it's not a performance wheel, but it can do performance if it wants to. But also because of its size and target weight, it bridges the gap perfectly. For people that want a little bit of performance, but they want it, to have everything. If you are like a city commuter who needs to deal with traffic, tight spaces, or occasional lifting your wheel, as I said, but you also want to spend your weekends exploring rugged trail networks, then the Zeno is designed to adapt to both kind of worlds seamlessly without forcing you to choose, which I like. I know their previous wheels try to do that as well, but in a smaller scale. But I think this one fits a different kind of audience, which is like, you're not a new rider, like a brand new rider, but you are new enough that you don't want the headache of the big performance wheels that are heavy and hard to control. Or you're an experienced rider and you ride performance wheels, but you want your, everyday rider wheel that you can just take to the shops and pick up. I wouldn't say it's a grab and go, but it's close to being grab and go as you can get in a 20-inch wheel format. And finally, it's for the rider who wants manageable flagship. It's still a flagship. I think they have the Apex, but this is kind of like the second level, lower down flagship. So, if you have, as I said, outgrown your entry level mid-tier suspension wheel and want to step up to a premium modern platform, but you have zero desire to wrestle like a 49 or 53 kg or 55 kg monster, then the Zeno is exactly the sweet spot you've been looking for. Overall, from a pure design concept standpoint, we are incredibly excited. I'm incredibly excited to do this Nosfet Xeno video series, and definitely welcome the Nosfet Xeno to the eRIDES lineup of wheels. Of course, we've had the Leopard Lynx S, we've got the F18 I'm talking about recently, and it's a smart, and it's beautifully put together, and it brings a much needed balance back to the high end EUC space. Like I said at the start, it looks cool. I like it. So next up, we're charging this up. I'm going to be charging this up. I'm going to be grabbing my gear, and then I'll be doing a bit more in-depth riding. So anyway, I want to hear from you guys in the community. What are your thoughts on the Zeno styling and its 33 kilogram form factor? Is this the direction you want to see the industry go? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to check out the full spec and secure yours, head over to the links below for eRIDES. We've got eRIDES.com, which is the global website. We've got the US, eRIDES.us. We've got eRIDES.eu. And we now have, very excited to talk about the eRIDES.Australia, AU, and also the New Zealand as well. So those two are kind of put together. So if you're in New Zealand, you can go to that website as well and order your eRIDES accessories and other stuff, and gloves, of course, from eRIDES Original. Anyway, I'm looking forward to riding this wheel. I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces, and I'll be reporting back. Anyway, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.